Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 842nd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what a battle I've got for you to watch today. This is a real tactical, attacking, I say battlefield awareness battle this is. And as you can see, it is fought on a custom map, and that custom map has been hosted by Brotherhood member Mars. Okay, and our first teammate is Brotherhood member Mars. Now Mars has got 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. And you'll see there that he's got a morale boosting eagle unit within his infantry there. Okay, always good to have an extra bit of morale in your army, keeps your troops fighting longer. And of course with his infantry general morale bonus and his eagle morale bonus as well, he's got quite a good bit of morale going on in his army. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So I think that's a pretty good solid Roman army there. And our next teammate is somebody who's called himself OTD Chinny Poo, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now Scorpion King has got 14 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry, 5 cavalry there. And if you notice, he's got mixed upgrades. He's got an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack on some of his infantry, and on others of his infantry he's just got gold shield, gold attack. So he's certainly got mixed upgrades through his infantry there. But I'd just like to show you, he also has got an eagle unit there, which is, once again, as I say, a great morale boosting unit to bring for your Roman army. And of course with his infantry general as well, he's got 2 lots of morale going on in his infantry there. So as I say, the more morale the better, keeps your troops fighting longer. So well done to him. Quick look at the upgrade. I'm thinking just probably gold, yeah, just gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So once again, a good solid Roman army. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now Mantu's got 14 Sacred Band spearmen, and he's got 5 missile cavalry. Okay, you don't see them very often. If you look at the upgrades on his Sacred Band, you'll see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his spearmen there. So that's pretty good. That's really good upgrades on the Sacred Band spearmen. And there you are. If you haven't seen these troops before, they're very rarely used there. You can see they're Numidian mercenary spear throwing or javelin throwing troops there. So it'd be interesting to see how he uses those during the course of the battle. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. Now all I've got is 17 Sacred Band units. Okay, 17 Sacred Band units. And if I remember correctly, I think I've got mixed upgrades with my spearmen. Or I think most of them have got 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack on. And some of them have just got 1 experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack there. Okay, you'll notice though we've got no slingers. If you notice that, you see that neither Mantu or myself got any slingers. And I say, very unusual to see 2 Carthage armies in one team, but you'll see the reason why that is when we see the other team there. I say the rules for this game that Mars introduced was no archers, no horse archers, no slingers, and no head hurlers. That's why you can't see any missile troops there that we've bought. Okay, so just give you a heads up on that. But you wait till you see the other team. It's got the potential to be an absolute cracking battle, and I really hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have a Brotherhood member Lando. Now Lando's got 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 5 cavalry for Lando. That's his standard 31k Roman army there. A very effective, very efficient it is too. Okay, now their next teammate is Brotherhood member Stevelongshanks. We don't see Steve playing Rome Total War much these days, but he's got 17 pikes. Okay, 17 pikes. Now each one of those pikes are 121 man units. Okay, so those of you that like statistics might like to know that these 17 pike units equate to 2,057 troops. Okay, so Steve's 17 Macedonian pike units equates to 2,057 troops. Oh my gosh. And if you look at the upgrades of his battle formation, you'll see he just got gold shield, gold attack on his forward units there, because they're going to make first contact with the enemy, take the casualties there. So why put a lot of upgrades on units that are going to take casualties there? But if you go further back into his battle formation, you'll see that the rest of his units have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, remember those are the optimum upgrades for Macedonian Royal Pikemen. It's no good putting another stripe on because the extra cost you kind of don't get back. You know, from the performance of that extra stripe. So 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack is the optimum upgrades for those Macedonian Royal Pikemen. And as I say, that army's got 2,057 men in it, just in that one army. I mean, the numbers alone could kind of frighten some of our troops there. You know, intimidated by enemy numbers. We've seen that before, haven't we? And just look at the length of those pikes that our men have got to try and fight down to kill the man on the other end. So make no mistake, that could possibly be a battle-winning army there of Stevelongshanks. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now, Barclayman has got 15 pikes, 4 chariots, and 1 cavalry. Okay, you have a look at the upgrades. You'll see once again here, you'll see that he's put just gold shield, gold attack on his forward units there, because as I say, they're going to make first contact with the enemy and take most of the casualties there. So why put good upgrades on those troops, wasting money on troops that are going to probably die anyway? But if you look at the rest of his units, he's got 8 upgrades on, no, sorry, 7 upgrades on, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. And once again, just look at the length of those pikes as well, that our troops are going to have to try and fight down to kill the man on the other end. Okay, so that's quite that's a tried and tested army of Barclayman's there. There's his general unit, part of the Cappadocian cavalry unit there. Okay, Cappadocian cavalry is quite good, and that's why he's made it his general unit there. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles that during the course of the battle. And then he's got his 4 suicide chariots. Now you might think, well, that's a strange thing to call them, but you'll see during the course of the battle, this is a tried and tested tactic by Barclayman. Okay, now remember we've talked about chariots before. They got big attacking specifications, huge fear factor, but if they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike and become a menace to both friend and foe alike. And also, when they start killing your allies, it's strangely how quick you can become unpopular with your allies when they see your chariots chopping down their men. So if you're not confident or competent with chariots, I would suggest you really need to think about whether you want to bring them or not. Okay, because I say they are a real double-edged sword. But as I say, Barclayman tends to use them in a certain way, which we will see during the course of the battle. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Crypto. Now Crypto's got 10 Spartans, 5 armoured hoplites, okay, and 3 cavalry units, which we'll have a look at in a minute. If you have a look here, you'll see that his armoured hoplites, he just got gold shield, gold attack on. Okay, there's the armoured hoplites there. They're going to make first contact with the enemy and take most of the casualties. And then he's got his 10 Spartans in behind them, which is pretty good. That's a good way of using Spartans there. He's got 2 fast-moving armoured cavalry general units there, which I'm sure will move around the battlefield, hitting targets in the rear and things like that. And there you are, you've got his militia cavalry there that throws spears there. So there's the enemy team. As I say, you can see now why Mantu and myself both bought Carthage there with the armies we're fighting there. As you can see, we're fighting Macedon, Pontus and Greek cities. So I said to you, didn't I, that you'll see the reason why there are 2 Carthage armies in our team, and that's the reason there we're up against so many pikes and spears. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see both myself and Mantu are running over to our left flank there. Okay, you can see us both moving over there. And you can see the enemy troops moving forward towards us here. And as I say, just watch out for those Pontus chariots there. As I said, we call them the suicide chariots, and you'll see what I mean as the battle unfolds, okay? Those of you that watch our battle videos regularly would have seen these chariots in action before, and we know exactly what I mean. But to those of you that might not have seen our battle videos before, you'll see what I mean, as I say, as the battle unfolds. Right, so you can see here, I'm just going to give you a heads up on the initial battle plan. Okay, Now you'll see here that Mars is running his troops over here. Now Mars says he's going to face Lando. Okay, so that's going to be Rome on Rome there. Mars wants to face Lando, so that's why he's running over here. And of course here you can see my army running over. Now what I'm going to do, I've said I'm going to take on the Greek cities. Okay, so my army is going to face Crypto's Greek cities army there. And that will leave Mantu and Scorpion King. Mantu to face Macedon, and I think Scorpion King to face Pontus there. But that's the initial battle plan. And I think as a lot of military leaders say, don't they? They say that a plan never survives first contact with the enemy. Okay, remember that saying, a plan never survives first contact with the enemy. So as I say, that was our initial battle plan there, and we just have to see if we can stick to that. Just like to show you Scorpion King's battle formation there. I thought it looked quite good. And as I say, Mars coming across here to face Lando there. And I think, as I say, Mantu, I think, is going to face Macedon. I think, as I say, Scorpion King was going to face Pontus, and I was going to face Greek cities. So, as I say, that's the initial battle plan of our team. Okay. But also, as I said, not many plans survive first contact with the enemy. So, let's just see what happens here. Let's say I think Scorpion King's battle formation looks pretty good there. Be interesting to see how he does during the course of the battle. As I say, Mantu getting in position with his Carthage Sacred Band units there. But as I say, you can see why both Mantu and myself bought Carthage when you look at the enemy team there. Okay. As I say, Mars is now in position to face Lando. So that's good. Just like to show you here that Mantu's missile cavalry here is slowly moving into the woods. He may well stop them in the woods so they hide, and hoping that the enemy might not notice them, and then he can bring them out and attack the flank of the enemy if and when they attack us. So that would be quite a good tactical positioning move there of those missile cavalry. Okay, but as I say, just keep an eye on those Pontus chariots there, and the tactic that Barclayman is quite renowned for now with those chariots. Very unusual tactics. This should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that Crypto is moving his armoured hoplites towards Scorpion King there. Now, the only reason I think he's doing that is maybe to attract the pilers from Scorpion King there. So what Crypto's hoping here is that Scorpion King will throw a load of pilers into these armoured hoplites, these cheap armoured hoplites, and of course there will be then less pilers to throw into the expensive Spartans. Okay, so I think that's the reason that Crypto's bought those armoured hoplite units across there. As I say, just to get loads of pilers thrown into them, and then of course, as I say, there would be less pilers to be thrown into the Spartans there. So if you notice there, he's got those armoured hoplites in open order. Remember, like we've talked about before, units in open order on Rome Total War suffer less casualties from missiles. Okay, as I say, keep an eye on those chariots of those Pontus chariots of Barclayman there. As I say, you may well see the suicide chariot attacks, as we've seen in other battle videos. And those of you that might not have seen them before, then it'll be something for you to have a look at later on as the battle unfolds. You'll see now that Crypto is now pulling back his armoured hoplites there. Pause the game for a second here. Right. Just like to show you here, you'll see now that Mantu is moving his Carthage army out further to the far left flank. Now, when I saw that, I was wondering why he was doing that. But what I think he's doing there is he's hoping that I'm going to engage the Spartans. Okay, that's what I think he's going to think in there. I'm going to hold and pin the Spartans while he gets his Carthage Sacred Band maybe in behind them there, so that we can attack them with both Carthage armies. I think that's what his thinking was there, for him moving out to that left flank there. Okay, but by him doing that, unfortunately, it's left poor old Mars a little bit isolated here. Do you see what I mean? So there's Mars, look, and look at what he's facing. Possibly those Macedonian pikes of Steve, as well as Lando. Lando's army there. So poor old Mars here could be looking to get double teamed here on our right flank, with Mantu moving off to the left. Do you see what I mean? And make no mistake, the team that we're facing are all RTW veterans, and they will see this. They're hoping that Mantu is going to move further and further away, I think, and then they'll then launch their attack. That's what I think is going to happen there on our right flank. Right, can you see me moving my Carthaginians forward slowly there towards the enemy Greek city's army? Okay, but look where Mantu's positioned his army now. Right out to the far left flank. Okay, let's pause the game for a second there. So he's pulled his army right out to the far left flank there. But now I reckon Steve there or Barclayman may well attack, and Lando definitely will attack. But I think Steve and Lando are going to go for Mars there. That would be a good tactical attack move for them, I think, as now Mars is quite isolated there. Okay, so as I say, here you can see that Scorpion King and myself are facing the Greek cities. But over here now, I think Mars needs to be very battlefield aware here. And I was thinking during the course of the battle, if I saw those two armies coming towards me now, if you were Mars, what would you do? If you were Mars' Red Julia army, what would you do at this stage? Okay, you're seeing that massive Macedonian army and Scipii coming towards you. I think I'd move my army back towards my allies. You see what I mean? I'd move my army over there, away from these two attacking armies there. Just move your army away from those two armies coming towards you. Remember, Steve's Macedonian army consists of 2,057 pikemen. The numbers alone could intimidate enemy troops, and you've got Lando moving in as well. Now, as I say, Mars, I think, needs to back his army off. If he stands there, he's going to get hit. There's going to be a lot of pilot exchanging there between Mars and Lando there. Okay, as you can see, the pilots going in from Mars, and then Lando will be replying there. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. Okay, so here you'll see that Mantu has now seen that he needed really to be over on the other flank, so he's now running back over to try and get over to Mars to help him. You'll see Scorpion King has put a line of his SBQR infantry out. Now this is a nice move here by Crypto. Look, he's put a blocking force there. Can you see those armoured hoplites? He's trying to block any reinforcements from getting over to Mars or attacking the flank of his Macedonian ally there. A nice move there by Crypto, and a nice blocking move there, allowing Steve and Lando here to attack poor old Mars. Also, look, here comes a suicide chariot attack that you can see there that the Pontus general brought that chariot all the way around behind our units there, and he is going to suicide that chariot into Mars's infantry. Remember, he does that because he's hoping that the chariot's going to run amok. Remember, when the chariots run amok, they seem to become even more powerful, and a run amok chariot could cause even more damage to Mars, and bang, as that chariot smashes in to Mars's units. Now that chariot unit's not only just killing Mars's units there, it's disrupting his battle formation as well. Okay, so that chariot's having a dual purpose. Right, here comes another suicide chariot just coming in on his flank, look, and bang, as that smashes in as well. Right, now this is going to be the first chariot. It's a bit disappointing for Barclayman there because it didn't run amok. It's just going to rout as any other unit would. As I say, sometimes they do just rout normally like that. Okay, but as I say, here you'll see a lot of casualties that chariot's caused already, and here's the other suicide chariot charging in from his flank. Okay, and of course you've got all of Lando's army pushing in, you've got Steve's massive pike army pushing in as well, so Mars is going to do well to try and hold here on our right flank. But as I say, that chariot has caused a lot of casualties. Mantu's running his Carthaginians over as fast as he can now to try and assist Mars. Okay, here you'll see I'm moving my Carthage army over a little bit to the right as well, but my army here is going to try and take on the Greek cities, and if necessary I'll try and take on Pontus as well. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to do there. But meanwhile, Mantu needs to get his army over to Mars, I think, as quick as he can. There you can see Mantu's got his Numidian missile cavalry units there. Okay, they'll be throwing those spears into the enemy troops. But to be honest with you, those spears are not very effective. They don't do a lot of damage, especially against heavily armoured troops like Roman infantry. But as I say, poor old Mars here if he's not careful, he's going to get inundated by enemy troops there. So there's those, you can see the Numidian missile cavalry were moving in there. You can see that Mars has pulled his cavalry back to lock and load it, to charge it back in again. I think that chariot is still riding around his troops, killing loads of his troops. I think he just killed the chariot off there. Okay, he just killed that chariot, didn't even get a chance to rout there. It's been killed by that Julioid cavalry of Mars. But as I say, the casualties and the disruption that those two chariots have caused the battle formation of Mars there is quite a nuisance, really, to be honest with you. And as I say, Lando there has got his cavalry locked and loaded. He's got his infantry ready to pull a charge in as well. We know Lando's one of the most aggressive attacking players on Rome Total War. And make no mistake there, he will be looking to charge there with both infantry and cavalry there. You can see that light cavalry there of Mantu. He's starting to charge in. He's pulled them back now. But I think Mars has kind of reorganised his battle formation now. He's done really well. But you can see Lando really pushing in again. And you can see Steve's massive numbers there. Right, pause again for a second here. So you'll see that Mantu's finally got over to the right flank and will be now attacking Steve's Macedonian units. But can you see a gap in our battle line here? This is a very weak part of our team's battle line here. And if Pontus pushes through there, can you see they could pierce our battle line there and cut our team in two? So Mars and Mantu would be on the right flank and right centre, and then the enemy would be between us and between Scorpion King, myself, and Mantu and Mars there. So that Pontus general looks to me like he's ready to push through there. Over here you'll see I'm committing some of my Carthage Sacred Band into attacking the Spartans there. Okay. What you'll notice there is I keep some units back in reserve. Right, okay, so here comes the Pontus pikemen. And look at that, look, they can pierce straight through that particular weak part of our battle line there. Can you see that? There's a couple of units there I think glitched, but they've actually shown that they can push through our battle line there and have us. They can get right in between us here, okay? So here you can see Lando being his usual aggressive self. He's got his cavalry in wedge formation for more penetration, more impact. He's got all of his infantry committed on poor old Mars' infantry there. I think Mars is doing very well, bearing in mind he's already been hit by two chariots and he was having Steve's army pushing in on him as well. So well done to Mars, I think, for holding so well on this right flank. He's got his cavalry locked and loaded to counter Lando's cavalry there as well. So well done to Mars there. He's holding really well. And as I say, here you can see Mantu's Carthaginians there now. Mantu's spreading his Carthage army out quite thin there. He's giving some of his spearmen to help bolster Mars' right flank there. Plus he's attacking the Macedonians with some of his units there. But Steve's numbers there I think is going to tell, even though we know Carthage punches above its weight against the big 120 man units. Here you'll see that some more of Mantu's units, he's fighting Pontus there, so he's really spread his Carthage army out a lot. But you can see here that Pontus is really trying to punch a hole through our battle line there. We've got basically nothing there now. And as I say, you can see my Carthaginians there attacking the Greek cities. As I say, I try and keep a reserve of a spearman back when I use my Carthage army, so I can bring them in if necessary, fresh, full units, while I commit the rest of my Sacred Band units there, okay? So that's what I'm doing there. You'll see that Scorpion King's got his cavalry there. I'm thinking he's got his cavalry there to possibly keep an eye on the enemy chariots, but I see Barclayman has brought one of his chariots round behind us, and it wouldn't surprise me if he smashed into the back of poor Mars again. As I say, Mars has already had two of the Pontus chariots smash into him there, and I think he's done well to really hold as well as he did. But that third chariot coming in, that could be really bad news for him, because I'm guessing that Barclayman here is going to go for the rear of Mars' general. Okay, that's what I think he's going to do. He's going to try and take Mars' general out here, take the general morale bonus away. Now, as that chariot smashes in there, Lando might decide to charge in with his cavalry at the same time. I'm not sure if he will, but we'll just see. Right, there goes that chariot there. Right, let's just pause the game for a second. And as I thought, there you go, look, he's going for Mars's general. Okay, so that chariot unit there, make no mistake, that's not an accident there. He's definitely going for Mars's general. And there's Mars's general there, look, getting a hit in the back by those chariot units there. Now, I don't know whether Mars saw that chariot unit come in. I'm not sure. He hasn't seemed to respond to that. So I'm guessing he's been caught there with that chariot unit coming in behind him. And there's Steve's Macedonians pushing in there. Over on our left flank, you'll see Scorpion King getting his cavalry in behind the Spartans there, looking to smash into the rear in a hammer and anvil attack. So that's a nice tactical move there by Scorpion King. But it wouldn't surprise me if Crypto spotted that and turned units to face a threat. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what Crypto does there. And there you can see, pause the game for a second there, and there you are. You can see Crypto spotted the enemy cavalry coming in behind him and turned a unit to face the cavalry. Okay, remember Spartans are really basically the last unit that's facing you that you want to charge cavalry in. So that won't be something that Scorpion King will be doing. And as I say here, you can see the Pontus pikemen there pushing through. They've pushed through there. They can either attack our troops there on the left flank and left centre, or they can go right and attack Mantu and Mars. But I think Mars is still holding so well here. And that chariot that went for his general, make no mistake, that had been killing loads of his troops and disrupting his battle formation again, as the other two chariots have done. And then Lando charges cavalry in like a bang, as that cavalry smashes in as well, trying to take full advantage of that chariot hit on the rear of Mars's troops there. Okay, you can see that now. Lando, as we know, as we said before, one of the most aggressive attacking players on the game, and I think Mars is doing absolutely fantastic, holding as long as he can. Just look at those 2,057 Macedonian pikemen pushing in on Mantu's Carthaginians there. You can see some Pontus pikemen have got in behind as well. Make no mistake, they will be looking to take out Mantu's general there. You can see that's a sandwich attack there between Pontus pikes and Macedonian pikes there. If the general goes, then he's going to lose his general morale bonus. There's another group of Carthaginian units here being encircled by Pontus and those armoured hoplites of Crypto as well. Meanwhile, over here you'll see I'm committing several of my Carthage Sacred Band now to attack those Spartans and those Pontus units there, and you can see Scorpion King with his SPQR units are doing the same. I've still got some units that I'm keeping back as reserve, fresh units to bring in when needed. Okay, that's why I'll keep those at the back there, just to keep them fresh, and they can be moved in when I want them to. But as I say, over on our right flank here, Mars is doing an amazing job holding as long as he is here against this massive attack. Right, there's a nice cavalry attack by Mars, look, and bang! Look, he's going for Lando's general. Can you see Lando's general there? But now Lando's going to attack with more cavalry, and bang! As he smashes in there. Oh my gosh. And he's now pierced Mars's line. Can you see Mars's battle line has now been pierced? It's had a hole smashed through it there by that cavalry attack. Look at that hole now in Mars's battle line. So that is bad news for us on the right flank there. But as I say, Mars has been holding really well, and the numbers of the Macedonian pikemen here are starting to tell on Mantu's spearmen there. Can you see Mantu's spearmen are starting to fold, and that group of Mantu spearmen have all been routed there. So now those victorious Pontus pikemen now can start moving in on the right to attack the rest of Mantu's army there. Right, you'll see I've committed a lot of my spearmen there, and you can see SPQR troops of Scorpion King there trying to break through there. But the enemy, I think, put that barrier up to stop us getting reinforcements over to the enemy troops. Over to the right flank to attack enemy troops there. And as I say, now it'd be interesting to see how Scorpion King uses his cavalry. He's going to have to use it very carefully. I reckon he's going to smash into the back of that Spartan unit, probably rout it on impact, and bang, there you go, routed that unit on impact. But he's got to be careful how he uses his cavalry, especially with all those Spartans around. Okay, but meanwhile, our right centre has been broken, and I think now all those victorious troops in the right centre are going to now move over towards... Oh my gosh, there's another chariot unit attacking Poor old Mars has had all 4 of those Pontus chariots attack his Julii troops there. You can see here that Mantu is now charged in his light cavalry unit, his missile cavalry unit. He's all to attack. Can you see they're using their little knives there to attack Lando's heavily armoured Scipii troops there. But there you go. You can see that's the 4th chariot attack there, going for Mars's general again. Look, with that 4th chariot. So as I say, poor old Mars has had all 4 Pontus suicide chariots hit him. And as I say, I think he's done extremely well to hold as long as he has there. But now it looks to me like, unfortunately, it looks like, well, as I say, with Mantu's army being broken there, our right centre has been broken, and it looks like our right flank is going to be broken as well. And then all those victorious troops there, including Steve's massive Macedonian pike army, can now come over and engage Scorpion King and myself there. There's that massive Macedonian army there of Steve's. And as I say, Mars held really well on that right flank. Right, so you can see now I've committed all of my Carthaginians now. I've decided it's time to try and take out these units that have been holding us up here for a bit. We've routed the Greek city's general, so I'm very pleased with that. That's taken away the general morale bonus. There, you'll see that Crypto, I think wisely, has moved one of his full Spartan units away from the battle there. You can see that if he tried to fight there, he'd lose that unit. So he's going to move that Spartan unit away and bring it back later on in the battle. But we now have got to face all of Steve's army, all of the Pontus army there, and what's left of Lando's army as well. Okay, so Scorpion King with his purple SPQR army and my Carthaginians now have got to face what's coming towards us. And just look at the number of pikes coming towards us there. As I say, Steve's Macedonian army is massive. 1,721 man pike units there. Okay, so just like to show you something here. Can you see the short spears of my Carthaginians there? If you just notice, can you see how short? Now look at the length of a Pontus pikeman there, the same length as the Macedonian pikes there. Just look at that. And my Carthaginians have got to fight all the way down those pikes to kill the man on the other end there. Now we know that Carthage punches above its weight when it comes to these big 121 man units, but that is a heck of a lot of numbers that we're facing there. And as I say, Scorpion King's SPQR troops will try to keep Lando's cavalry off of the rear of my engaged Sacred Band troops. I think, remember that Barclayman's got his cavalry general there as well, and I think Scorpion King's cavalry is going to be outnumbered there by enemy cavalry. And you can now see all those Pontus pikemen and those Macedonian pikemen moving towards us, and Lando's Scipii infantry as well, what he's got left there moving towards us. Plus there's that chariot unit of Barclayman's there as well. Now I think Mars, he got 1 unit left at the moment. Whether he's going to get any rallied units that he can bring back into the battle, we'll just have to wait and see. But as I say, at the moment it's going to be Scorpion King and myself facing these 2 massive pike armies coming in on us there. And you've seen the difference in the length of pikes against my spears there. So there you are, you can see I'm going to have to commit my Carthage Sacred Band, and I'm going to have to be very, very aggressive with my Sacred Band. In these situations it's no good standing back, because the length of those pikes that the enemy have got will kill my men quite easily if he's trying to stand back in defence. You need to attack, and you can see I'm pressing forward with my Carthaginians there into those enemy troops. As I say, Scorpion King now will do his best to keep the enemy off the rear of my engaged troops. That's what he'll do. He's very, very great supporting player there, and you can see he'll try his best to keep them off the rear of my engaged Sacred Band spearmen. Okay, right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So here you'll see, as I say, Scorpion King with a combination of infantry and cavalry trying to chase the enemy away here from coming round the rear of my engaged troops. So well done to Scorpion King there. Okay, but you can see Lando's Scipii infantry moving towards us there. You know, Scorpion King smashes into the back of that pike unit with his cavalry unit. We'd have that unit in a sandwich attack, but the bulk of my Carthage Sacred Band, you can see I'm pushing in to those enemy pikes there. Now I'm guessing Steve will probably just form up there and just sit there with his pikes down. I shouldn't think I wouldn't think he'll try and attack. He'll just stand there with the bulk of his pikes and just wait for an attack from us there. As I say, this is a nice hit here by Scorpion King. If we can just rout that Pontus unit. Right, we've just routed that Pontus unit there. So those Carthage Sacred Band units, I can move there. There you are, we've routed that unit. So I can move those Carthage Sacred Band unit into the flank of these Macedonian pikemen there. Okay, but just look at the numbers. Poor old Scorpion King's trying to do his best here against Lando's Scipio army there, but the numbers could tell. And those troops could get in behind us, but you can see Scorpion King's formed up behind my Sacred Band, as I say, to try and cover the rear of my fighting troops. You can see that Spartan unit of Crypto. He'll probably be bringing that back in. Now, this is good news for us. Mars has managed to rally 3 of his infantry units. So, you know, at this stage of the battle, 3 infantry units could, you know, make a difference there. He's going to charge into the back, I'm guessing, of those engaged Macedonian troops. So that's good news for us. There, but you can see there those Carthage, those Macedonian troops really pressing. You know, they're just going to stand there with their pikes down as my Carthaginians attack. As I say, in this situation, you need to attack. You can't stand back when you've got short spears and you're facing the long pikes of Macedon and Pontus there. So you can see my Carthaginians there. I'm tapping on them. Attack, attack, attack. Come on, Carthage. I know we're up against big numbers, but we can do this. Pause the game for a second here. But I need all my Carthaginians there, the weight of them to attack Macedon. But I'm going to be attacked here by enemy troops in the rear here. And this is what I'm going to have to turn units to face that threat, which means I haven't got the numbers there that I want to attack Macedon. You can see all these enemy Scipio troops moving in, probably looking to take out Scorpion King as well as my troops there. As I say here, those 3 units of Mars hopefully going to charge into the rear of the enemy troops. We've got some cavalry, Scorpion King's cavalry out there that could charge into the rear as well. And he's got infantry units he could charge in there. But at the moment, my Carthaginians are just pressing forward against those Macedonian and Pontus pikes there. But here comes the Scipio troops of Lando charging in behind there. So I've got to turn the units to face the threat of that. And there's Scorpion King attacking with his cavalry and infantry there. You can see Mars bringing those 3 rallied Julia units in behind the enemy troops there. Really well done to him. There he held so well, and now he's got units there attacking the rear of the enemy troops. Make no mistake, my Carthaginians now are being attacked by Scipii infantry. I'm still trying to press forward though. You can see I'm routing some of the Macedonian pikes and Pontus pikes here. Poor old Scorpion King at the rear here. Look, his units are getting taken out. Uh-oh, there's that cavalry going in of Lando's. Look, and bang! And he smashes into the back of Scorpion King's fighting infantry there. Oh my gosh. This is going to go right down to the wire, I think this battle is. Right, you can see now. Uh-oh, that's bad news for us. I can just see Scorpion King's units at the rear of my units have all been taken out. Okay, that is bad news for our team, I think. Right, pause the game for a second. So after a gallant fight here, all of Scorpion King's SPQR infantry that were watching my rear have now been taken out by those Scipio troops that can now charge into the rear of my attacking Carthaginians there. As I say, you can see there that I'm really pressing in. You've got Mars' red Julio troops trying to take out the Macedonian general. You can see the SPQR troops of Scorpion King. He'll be trying to take out the Macedonian general as well, to take the morale away from them. As I say, my Carthage troops are pressing in on those Macedonian troops. Come on, Carthage, you can do this. You can see, unfortunately, some of my units are starting to rout now because I'm being attacked from the rear as well as fighting those Macedonian pikes. Oh my gosh. Just look at that. You can see those Scipio troops really pressing in behind my Carthaginians there. Pause the game for a second. So, as I say, you've got Macedonian units coming in behind me as well as those Scipio troops. I'm still trying to press in to those Macedonian pikemen, still trying to kill them. You can see Scorpion King really pushing in there. You can see Mars has lost one of his rallied units, but he's still got 2 units trying to take out that Macedonian general. Oh my gosh, it's going to go right down to the wire, but look at that Scipio infantry and cavalry that Lando's still got. Could that make the difference in this battle? We just have to see as the battle unfolds. Come on, Carthage. We can do this. Right, you can see here I've got Greek cities units coming in behind, rallied armoured hoplite units charging into the rear of my attacking Carthage sacred band units. Oh my god, my general unit's just been taken out. So I've lost the general morale bonus there. Oh my gosh, you can see the Spartans unit, that Spartan unit that Crypto kept back, coming in behind me as well. You can see that the enemy are attacking poor old Scorpion King's SPQR units there. We're really trying to press in. I'm still attacking with my Carthage units as aggressively as I can. You can see there that Scorpion King's attacked with his cavalry, trying to take out the Macedonian general. But you can see, oh my gosh, my Carthaginians are gradually being routed there by sheer number of enemy troops that are attacking them. Oh my god, and I think that Scorpion King's general's just been taken out. And it looks like the enemy team has gone on to win the battle there. So really well done to the enemy team there. A great battle there. All my Carthaginians there fought down to quite good numbers there, but they were all tired, or very tired there. And as I say, Scorpion Kings and Mars' units have been taken out as well there. So, oh my gosh. So really well done to the enemy team. Quite a spread out battlefield I thought this was here. You can see there that we've reduced the Macedonian numbers quite a lot there. But over here, I thought this was a gallant stand here by Mars. You saw the odds that he was up against there. I thought he played extremely well and held as long as he did there. Really well done there. So well done to Mars. Did really well. But he was being attacked, as I say, by Lando and at one stage by Macedonian pikemen there. But just look at the dead all the way along the battle line here. You can see how intense the fighting was as we move along there. And of course, don't forget, Mars was hit by 4 suicide chariots as well. So he did well. Just look at the dead there. Lots of dead Macedonians there that Mantu killed with his Carthaginians. So well done to him there. As we move across the battlefield, we go over to the left flank. This is where Scorpion King and myself were fighting Crypto's Greek city units there. You can see the red cloaked dead Spartans there on the battlefield. Then over here, look, you can see the intensity of the fight. And you see a lot of Scorpion King's SPQR, dead SPQR troops there in amongst enemy dead. And as we move over to this part of the battlefield, just look at the piles of dead there, where it was a pike on spear battle there, as well as our Roman allies attacking there. Oh my gosh. But you can see there we've reduced those 121 man units of Macedon quite a lot there. But as I say, Steve initially had 2,057 troops in his army alone. So the numbers there were, you know, very intimidating, I think, to enemy troops there. So once again, really well done to the enemy team. I thought they played it really well there. Really good aggressive attacking by them. So well done to the enemy team there. Yeah, I think all our troops are dead. Let's knock it up to triple there. And yeah, there we go. So the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. You know, it was a great battle, I thought, win or lose. As you can see, it was a close defeat. So quite pleased with that. We very rarely get close battle these days. Highest kills in the game unusually goes to myself. 1,958 kills. As I say, I'm getting a little bit older now. I'm a bit slower. My concentration's not very good. So on the odd occasion, I get the highest kills these days. I'm really pleased with that. So I'm really pleased with the way that Carthage army fought. So well done to Lando. Great kills there with his aggressive attacking style that he plays with. So well done to Lando. Well done to Stevelongshanks there. I thought he did well with that massive army of his there. So really well done to him there. Well done to Barclayman. Got some really good kills with his Pontus army there. And well done to Crypto. He'll be a bit disappointed because he got less than 1,000 kills. But I thought he was very aggressive with his Spartan army there. So really well done, guys. Great battle and nice win for you. Well done to Mantu. Got some good kills there. Thought he did well in getting back over in time to tackle the Macedonians there and try and help Mars. And well done to Mars. Shout out to Mars for holding so well on that right flank for as long as he did. Remember, he got hit by 4 suicide chariots as well as trying to hold against Lando's army and initially the Macedonian army attacking him as well. And well done to Scorpion King. Shout out to him as well. He held really well on the left flank. Great support there on that left flank and left centre. So well done to him as well. So a really great battle there. And just to say, well done to the enemy team. They got the second, third and fourth highest kills in the game as well. So a well-deserved victory for them. And I just hope you enjoyed it. And what do you think about faction advantage? Did either team have faction advantage? We got 2 Carthage and 2 Romes in our team. They've got Rome, Macedon, Pontus and Greek cities. So do you think either team had a faction advantage? Please put your thoughts in the comments. And just to say, we play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. If you'd like to join us, it would be great to see you. And you could join in great battles like this. Okay, Spartan Commander saying bye for now. Hope you enjoyed this classic battle and see you soon.